Live and welcome to my digital studio where I am welcoming Rianne Klein Geltink. And Rianne, well, actually, I don't know how to introduce her, so I'm going to ask her to do that herself in a moment. But I asked her to be on the show because I attended one of her talks during the business conference I recently attended in California. And I was blown away. And some of the things she said, I still remember today because it's about expressing our most authentic self. And in that talk, it was in the business context. It was how can we be our most authentic selves in our webinars, in our launches. But I thought in a context where everything constantly shifts that we live in as expats and global citizens, it is also key to be able to be and express your most authentic self. It is something that we desire for ourselves probably all the time as well. So I decided to invite Rianne onto the show and share her wisdom with us because I really think that what she's going to share with you today is really going to help you to amplify your most authentic self. So Rianne, welcome to the show. And can you please introduce yourself?
I can. Thank you so much for having me, for inviting me. And I'm so happy that my talk was impactful for you. All right. So my name is Rianne, or Rianne, if we say in Dutch. But Rianne, I currently have a business that teaches coaches and therapists how to use the system of human design as an instrument in their coaching business. However, that's not what we're talking about today here. I've been using human design for many, many years just as a tool to become more aware of myself, of who I am. Who am I? Who is the being who does the doing, as we say in context? Like we're all busy doing life or working or whatever, but who's the being actually who's doing the doing? And what part of that are conditioned and what parts of it are truly me? So I've been on that self-discovery journey, went on to teaching it, but now I'm here with you to talk about what parts of you, and for the listener, are you expressing yourself in any given moment? Because I truly believe that the most magnetic version of you is the most authentic version of you.
Yes.
There's like, you came into this world as a soul in a vessel in your body. You came here to be you. There will never be another version of you. This is it.
Yeah.
So when we grow up, we learn to adapt and adjust ourselves based on societal norms. And part of that is healthy, like you cannot blab everything you want to say. As a 4-year-old, you just blab everything, but as an adult, you don't. But part of that also becomes unhealthy. Yeah. They become sort of like masks. And at some point in time, when you get older, you don't even know what is a mask and what is the real version of you.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of us then go on this sort of like self-discovery journey. Okay, what makes me, me? What makes me, me?
Yeah.
What makes you, you? And that's a fun journey. And what I discovered is I love using the most simplest thing, and that's language for it. Because I believe, like, you're Dutch. Amanda, you're Dutch. I'm Dutch. So we have been privileged by being exposed to multiple languages throughout our childhood already. Yeah. You grew up in the Netherlands?
I did, but I had a Hungarian au pair, so I spoke English at home for a couple of years.
Yeah, so but as little kids, we're already being exposed by different languages. Now, the majority of your listeners or all of your listeners are probably people who do currently not live in the country
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So you're being exposed, your listeners are being exposed to multiple languages. And if you become aware, you come to the realization that sometimes you learn a word for which there's no literal translation in another language.
Yeah, yeah.
And I find that fascinating. Because language is just something that we created as humans, as human beings. And if you zoom out for a minute, you come to understand that what a culture values, it creates languages for. So, for example, in Hindu or in Sanskrit, you have like so many words for the realm of consciousness and awareness. And, and we in the Netherlands, we have one word for it, bewustzijn.
Yeah.
consciousness. We don't even, like in America or in English, you have consciousness and awareness. Those are two separate words. In Dutch, it's the same freaking word.
Yeah.
So we apparently, as Dutch, we didn't value that whole
Yeah.
realm of spirituality that much. However, we have a crazy amount of words for rain and everything that has to do with rainy weather.
That is so true. That is so true. I never
It's so
realized that.
funny. So, what does this have to do with being your most authentic self? Well, is through when before I get to that, it's before you like the realization that obtaining a wider vocabulary, so understanding more different words and then languages, like different languages, is a fantastic way to do it. Sort of like expands your worldview
Yeah.
and the world we all live and the you in it. Because through language, you also get new words about yourself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we don't have a word for that in my language. Yeah, but that's, you know, it's, and that's amazing. So language is a thing that I'm fascinated by how to get deeper into it. Now, why am I fascinated by this? Just like your listeners, the first 7 years of my life, I lived on a military base. That was a very transient community.
Yeah.
So I'm aware of, you know, you want to connect with people, but there's also this element of when is he leaving?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Am I going to show up fully as myself, or do I keep things behind a curtain for myself because, you know, I know I'm going to say goodbye again in either a couple of
Yeah.
months or a couple of years, and you know, what's the point, kind of.
Yeah.
So I was aware, like I lived that life as a kid, like constantly schoolmates, you know, leaving again because they moved back to the Netherlands or whatever. I lived in Germany, and then as an adult, between 2017 and 2019, I lived for 2.5 years on Bali. Same thing, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm a bit aware, I think, of what your audience is
Yeah.
going
Sounds
through.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, the feeling like, okay, how much of me am I showing? And then I think we should, in every single moment, we should show all of us. And I don't mean the intimate details, but in my experience of you, like when I'm meeting you in a cafe, or when I'm meeting you like in a new cafe, or when I'm meeting you in a business meeting, or when I'm meeting you in a webinar, for example, what you just shared, I think I should always experience you, the you that makes you you.
Do you not think like in a business context, I mean, I was a diplomat before, right? So I'm used to showing different parts of myself and to adjust. I was also very good at that. But don't you agree that, okay, the core should be you, but then on the outside, not putting masks on, but you can like highlight different parts of yourself because you know it will give you the most success in a business meeting compared to a cafe bar meetup.
Yeah, but that's then just amplify specific parts of you.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Clear.
Yeah. What I mean is that's different from a mask. That's just, okay,
Yeah.
you know, you have this inside of you and you just turn on the spot, you turn on the volume.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Okay.
But that's different than behaving in a certain way because
Yeah.
you believe that is your professional that makes you more professional.
Yeah.
Like putting a filter on is
Yeah.
different than putting a spotlight of that what is already inside of you.
Yes, I fully feel the difference. I hope the
Different.
audience does too. I can really recognize it for myself when I was a diplomat. It was a big mask that I put on. And now that I left that career 4 years ago already, and I'm more myself, I see what a difference it is. For everyone who's listening, take a moment to check, hey, am I putting on a professional mask at work or a mask when I'm with my family? Or is it really just highlighting different parts that already exist within me? Yeah, okay, continue.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I want to take your audience through, you know, there's two words in the Dutch language that I think can help us in amplifying our most authentic self. Two words. So, I don't, for your Dutch listeners, stay tuned because I don't think you've ever heard those words in this type of context.
Yeah.
And for your international listeners, stay tuned. You're going to learn Dutch with me
Yes,
today.
let's go.
So, so before we get to the first word, I want to teach a building block. Well, first of all, what like Dutch? Why Dutch? What's so important about Dutch? Well, first of all, Amanda and I are both Dutch, so you know we're in this podcast. We're Dutch, but Dutch is only spoken by about 28 million people in this planet on the world, and the majority of them are either in the Netherlands or in Flanders, which is part of Belgium. But Dutch is being spoken in almost every single continent in the world. Why? Because we were kind of bad people 400 years ago and we colonized the shit out of it.
Yeah.
So there's traces of Dutch everywhere. So I don't know if there's American listeners. You obviously, maybe you're aware that on the East Coast, like New York used to be New Amsterdam. Maybe you knew that. But even where are you currently? In Mexico.
And right now I'm in The Hague in the Netherlands, but
Oh, no,
I will be going to Mexico. Yeah.
Mexico. Yeah. There's traces of Dutch everywhere.
Yeah.
Now,
even in Indonesia, right? Bahasa.
Oh, many.
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they said like ashtray, asbak.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's bad. Yeah, we were horrible. So Dutch, we're going to teach you some Dutch. And we're going to start with the building block. So maybe some of your listeners know a person whose last name starts with Van, V-A-N, V-A-N. Maybe you can think of someone. Maybe even like an English person or an, that doesn't matter where they're from, V-A-N. VAN actually, like, for example, give Luther Vandross or Gloria Vanderbilt or Martin Van Buren, who used to be the US president. There's people with last names that start with Van and then a word. Most people don't know, like most English-speaking people don't know that Van means from. The word Van, V-A-N, means from, because back in the day when Napoleon ruled our nation, the Netherlands and Belgium and France, we had to register. Our ancestors had to register their last name, and they chose a name with Van and then a location. So we have, Vanderbilt, Gloria Vanderbilt means from a place called the Bilt.
Yeah.
So that's for the listeners to know. Van means from. Now, there is a Dutch word that we use for when things go automatically, naturally. It's so effortless. You don't even think about it. It just sort of like happens. There's a whole bunch of English mumbo jumbo explanation for just one word in Dutch. And that's the word vanzelf. Vanzelf.
Yeah.
So van means from. Self is the same thing in English, so from self. So we say, oh, that just happens from self. It happens vanzelf. And the reason, if you take those words up, if you take the word apart, you say from self, the reason it happens so naturally, so automatically, because it originates from the self.
Yeah.
So everything that goes effortlessly is that what originates from within, from the self. Like, I know you can see me because this is a podcast, but I'm literally having a hand on my heart and I'm making the expression of like from the heart outward, like it's from within outward. And we use the word vanzelf or from self in a context. For example, if you cut yourself with a knife, you cut yourself and it bleeds. And then maybe you put a Band-Aid on it for just a second, but then like a couple of hours, it'll just heal from self because our bodies are so smart. We breathe from self. Breathing is just, our bodies are so smart. We don't have to think about it. It doesn't take any effort. If it does, there's obviously something wrong. So there's also parts of you that go effortlessly from self, because you've learned, maybe you've been given a gift, but you trained it, and it's an unconscious competence right now. So maybe for some of you, it just goes from self, that how you interact with another person. You're asking, people tell you like, oh my God, you're such amazing in asking questions. How do you do it? I don't know. It just goes from self.
Yeah.
It just happens from the self.
Yeah.
I don't think about it. So everything that people compliment you about, where you are like, I don't even know how I do this. It's just from self.
What are some of the things that go van self for you?
This.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah.
This. I don't prepare for interviews. I just show up. And I trust that whatever question, something will come out. I trust that I have ways to make a complex topic easy, like
Yeah.
building blocks and make it structure and build something towards it. I have a unconscious competence in being relatable to whoever audience I'm in.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know the expat life. We just literally talked 10 minutes before. I'm like, okay, so yeah, okay, I can relate a little bit to what their people are going through.
Even though
Um,
you lived in Bali for 2 years.
yeah. So make it contextual, make it
Yeah.
easy for people to find, okay, the message is this message, but then find hooks to make it relatable to the audience,
Yeah.
adjusting to whoever is in front of me, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like whether I'm talking to a CEO or I don't know, someone who's in the bakery, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Exactly.
That goes from self.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
What, how about you?
I think we have a similar one. I think I also adjust really well to the context that I'm in. I think that is what made me a good diplomat as well and a good coach. And I think my curiosity goes vanzelf as well. Like I'm so curious about the other person, always asking questions. Yeah, I need to think about this. What goes vanzelf? Yeah.
Yeah, we usually don't know because it's such a blind spot.
Yeah, it is.
So
And
we
actually,
sometimes we have to ask
yeah,
people around us, and that's a good tip for the
I
listener.
was just going to say that because when I was a diplomat, I had a coach actually because I was not so happy in my job. And he gave me the tip to do a 360-degree feedback with my friends and family, some of which was a bit brutal, especially my sister's feedback. But it was so good because almost everyone said the same thing about me, which was a huge blind spot for me. So for anyone who is like, oh, what goes vanzelf for me? Ask 6 people in your close circle a few questions, the same questions, and see what comes back and trust that this is you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then exactly. So you don't know probably. It's a blind spot.
Yeah.
So ask for help.
Yeah. Yes.
Ask people, okay, what do I do that I don't even see that? I mean,
Yeah.
they probably don't know that you don't know
Yeah.
because they think like this is so obvious to
Yeah.
us. Why
Yeah.
don't you see this ourselves? We all have those blind spots.
Yeah.
So just yeah, just ask what makes me me, what makes
Yeah.
me uniquely me,
Yeah.
and see what comes back, and then be receptive to whatever comes back.
Yeah.
Like don't judge.
Yeah. Exactly. It's hard.
It's hard, yeah. And then take it in. Okay, that's apparently what I always do. What's so natural to me. And then the next question would be, how can I turn up the volume of that? How can I make that more, yeah, to the person who, like to me, how can I make it more visible that you do it? Because apparently it's just so you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that bit because it's unconscious for you first. You don't even know, and then people tell you, or you become more aware of what makes you you. I think the most of us have had the experience where we meet new people, and then some people we resonate with, and some people we don't resonate with.
Yeah.
We all have that.
Yeah.
So the people that you resonate with apparently, and then you ask them like why we're friends, what resonates. It's your energy. I love being in your energy. That's what we get, and
Yeah.
even in a coach client relationship, like in a professional relationship,
Yeah.
I just love your energy.
Yeah.
Great, what is it? Because it's such a generic word.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to make that more specific.
Right. Yeah.
Right, that's this whole exercise about what is your from self.
Yeah.
It's just to get more specificity around your energy being so amazing.
Yeah.
And then it says, okay, can I just turn the volume up? Now, parts of you will go into resistance because we have a limiting belief that what makes us so uniquely you is also something that if we turn up the volume, we get rejected because then we're too much.
Yeah.
No, you're too, like I gave the example during our talk. My brand and I myself and my brand were very colorful.
Yes.
Like
sure.
I do not own a single piece of black cloth. I don't have them.
Wow.
I only have color. My brand is very, very colorful. I have a product inside my brand. I have a product that my coaches actually use in their client sessions. So I've had people who come to me and said, you should make a more neutral beige type product so more people would buy it. And I'm like, no, because that wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
Someone else can do it. If you
Yeah.
want to have a beige, vanilla, I don't know, whatever product, fine. Just don't ask me. But another part of me, if I, the, like, I feel grounded in my being colorful and being
Hmm.
expressive. But another part of me could have been like,
Yeah.
oh, yes, you know, you take on their projection.
Yes, and can I give another example of this? What I've seen a lot and also heard a lot is, for example, Latinas who move to Europe, they're very expressive, or Latinos, and there are lots of emotions and they talk with their hands and there's a lot of expression. And for some other cultures, it can be perceived as too much. And I've talked to some of them and they said like I dim my light here because I already think I'm too much, because I keep hearing that. Yeah.
And girl or boy, whoever is listening, or man or woman, whoever is
Hmm.
listening, and if you've had that experience, just wrong environment.
Yeah.
Wrong environment. Like there's this beautiful expression or metaphor, like when flowers do not bloom in a certain
Hmm.
area, we do not blame it on the flower. We change the location,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So because you, with your beautiful emotional expression, that's you. There was a reason your soul chose to be born in a Latina
Yes.
environment.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what makes you you.
Yeah.
And then you change environments, you go into a different country. And yes, there's definitely an energy in environments. Like the
Hmm.
Dutch environment, very different from American environment.
Yeah.
Very, very different. And if you want to bloom in the environment you're currently in, don't dim it down, just find other people.
Yeah, exactly. And also trust that there are people who actually appreciate you for showing that
Yes.
light, because they're like, oh, that gives me permission to be more expressive.
Yeah. But then become aware that how you take on the you should really be this more or be this less. Like that sentence, you should
Hmm.
really be less expressive or you should really be more whatever.
Hmm.
How you perceive that comment is up to you,
Yes. Hmm.
right? You can take it on as criticism and dim light,
Yeah.
or you can take it on, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's on us.
Hmm.
We all have to have that
100%.
choice.
Yeah.
And I choose, and that was a journey. Like that wasn't, you know, we've all have our insecurities.
Hmm.
That was a journey, and I don't take on like you should be less colorful. I don't take that on as that. Oh yeah, I should be. No,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
no, just that person is not for me. We don't
Right.
resonate. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
but yeah, what would it look like if you amplify more of that? What makes you you, and fully trust that part. Yeah, comes with it. Like turn up your from self, your from self, and fully trust that there are people who want it,
Hmm.
who are eager to see it, who
Yeah.
want to engage with that part of you, or all of you, obviously, but who want to engage, who want to see that. Because I honestly think that in a world where AI is growing exponentially fast, the easiest thing we can do is become the most authentic self, because that's something that AI can never take from us.
Yeah. Or never replicate. Yeah.
Never, ever.
Yeah.
Don't outsource your voice to Chat GPT.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
No, keep that in. Let
Yeah.
ChatGPT or Claude or whatever AI tool do stuff that can never be replicated. What makes you you? Let
Hmm.
them do all the other tasks, like I know, fill your Excel sheets or whatever,
Yeah.
uh, but not what makes you you.
Yeah. I agree.
And I think we live in an amazing time for this message to amplify the most authentic self of you, because with the growth of I believe in yin yang. I believe that
Hmm.
everything in nature needs this balance. So with the growth of AI, the growth for
Yes.
authenticity is growing just as fast.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So we crave
Hmm.
you. We
Yeah.
crave more of what makes you you.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in a world where every single person is the same. Like
Hmm.
our school system still delivers workers, so to speak, like the traditional school system still delivers workers, and then they're all sort of like the same.
Hmm.
And no, be different.
Yes. I love this.
Be different. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Stand
yeah.
out.
And yes, we will run into people who will judge us for it.
Yeah, but if we don't express ourselves as our authentic selves, we will also be judged for it. So
Oh
either
well,
way,
yeah,
people will always judge you. So
we
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You'll always be judged no matter what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a journey we're on as well,
Mm-hmm.
to, to deal with judgment.
Yeah.
And the only way you can avoid it is by literally, staying inside and hiding in the closet.
Yes, exactly.
But we have to train our nervous systems to be safe with other people judging us.
Yeah. And that can be a bit harder if you move abroad and you're the outsider or the outlier of a culture, right? That you want to fit into, because it's easier than to think, okay, let me adapt myself so I can fit in. But I think there's a balance to be found there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what we experienced when we met at the event that
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks ago, we met at the event. We were both not in our native countries.
Mm-hmm.
It was an event where people from all over the world
Yeah.
came, and I think the national culture didn't even matter, because it was a there was a sort of like a
Yeah.
collective culture in that
Yes.
community,
Yes.
because we're all running our own businesses.
Yeah.
We all do it from a point of view where strategy and like the yang type, the more masculine tactic strategy, plus the more spiritual side,
Yeah.
the energetics, the identity work, go hand in hand.
And we all speak the same language there, not like a cultural language, but like the language that our business mentor speaks about,
Exactly.
terms for our business and things that are going on.
So if I were to move abroad, like I did a couple of years ago, if I were to go into a different country, the first thing I would do is look for, in my case, entrepreneurial communities,
Yeah.
because that's the language I like
Exactly.
to speak.
Yeah.
But if I was into a sports, I would probably go look into a sports community.
Yeah.
Find a common denominator
Mm-hmm.
that goes beyond just the local language.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
then in that community, amplify your most
yes.
authentic self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be aware of what goes fun self, and ask people around you if you don't know that yet, or if it's your blind spot, and then amplify it.
Yeah.
Now, are we moving on to the second
Do you
word?
want to do the next word?
Yeah, or was there something else?
No. That's
Okay.
like, around from self, just turn up the volume like
Yes.
massively. And also become aware, last thing, and then we move on.
Mhm.
Become aware of the little monkey mind
Yeah.
that starts to talk when you even think about amplifying your
Yeah.
most authentic self, because there's a yes but in your mind.
100%. Yeah.
And that's contextual. Yes, but in that context, then probably they're going to think blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But that like in the schoolyard, probably they're going to think this and this and this, and they're
Yeah.
going to think this. All those yes buts are gifts, because that is where you still hold yourself back.
Yes. Yeah. And where that on the other side of it is where your growth is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if that little monkey mind, the only reason it's saying that, it's because it wants to keep you safe. It doesn't want to, it doesn't want to be judged. It doesn't want to be whatever. And what if that person, and that's fine. Like staying safe is fine, but that's not actual safety.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's safety based on older versions of you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, I always say, write that sentence down, give them a chair, and then move on with your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just be you. All right, moving on to the next Dutch word that I taught during the presentation. It's so funny because when I researched, I thought the Dutch were the only ones that had a word for it. In the meantime, I've learned the Germans have a word for this as well, and maybe even more languages. But it's a phenomenal word, and it's a word in when it comes to manifestation. When it comes to the time and space in between you desiring something and it actually coming to fruition.
Yeah.
We use the words. However, the Dutch use these words only mostly, or I would say only, in the context of vacationing, like holidaying, like taking a vacation. Because we use the word when we book a vacation. Like the moment we book a vacation, the Dutch, they use this word to say, okay, now the ... starts.
Yeah.
And that's the time period between booking a vacation, like booking your flights or booking your hotel, and going on the actual vacation. Usually there's a couple of months in between, sometimes weeks, sometimes months, sometimes a year in between. And then we say that time period that has a word, and the Dutch use that word, it's called voorpret.
Yeah.
And that's again a combined word. It's two words stuck together. For means before or for, and pret means fun or joy.
Yeah.
So we use when we book a vacation, we say now the before fun starts. And that word, this before fun, it's a word that we use to already sort of like immerse ourselves in what we're going to experience when we go on vacation.
Yeah.
And that it's a fascinating word because if you like peel it off or like if you what do we do in that? Maybe we go to Google Maps and maybe we book restaurants. We look at restaurants. Oh, where are we going to eat? Maybe, oh, what museums are we going to look? Or maybe there's a walking route that we want to take. You know, we grab travel guides. Well, we did back in the day. Right now, you would Google, or you would look for blogs for, you know, like, oh, like the off the beaten track type of things. What's to do there? So that's actionable.
Yeah.
Maybe if we've been there before, we go back into our photo album and look at pictures of the last time we were there.
Yeah.
If we've been there before. But it's sort of like immersing.
Yeah.
Yeah, in ourselves in the energy of we're going to be there. It's only joy. Like English have the word anticipation, but that you can anticipate bad things and good things. In
Exactly.
our word, it's only joy.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing else.
I remember when we met on the plane and we ran into you there and you told me this word, I was like, oh, but there's an English word, foreplay.
Yeah, but yeah.
That was my dirty mind. And it was someone else in the talk who said the same thing. So for anyone who was thinking that too, it's not the same.
It's not the same. Well, first of all, I think foreplay is part of the play. Like literally, you know, it's in the same.
It's
and
this
is the in between.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the in between time where you sort of like get into the mood.
Yeah.
Of doing something. It's like there's a physical response potentially. There's smiling involved.
Yeah.
You can feel the energy, and the thing is, we do not anticipate anything other than joy.
Yeah.
There's no anticipation, or what if the boat leaves and we're not on it? Or what if there's an accident? We don't anticipate any of that. It's only fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's only joy. And I find this word fascinating because you can use that word in any context. Anything that you're looking forward to, that's sort of like the English explanation, I would say. You're looking forward to something. You can use it. And in our talk, I use it in the context of our launches, you know, our marketing campaigns, because we anticipate anxiety usually.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what if nobody buys? Or, oh, what if it goes wrong? Or, oh, what if, you know? And what if you anticipate your next launch being super fun?
Yeah.
Like you anticipate the amazing conversations you're going to have with people, or you anticipate you being your most authentic self, and what it just goes effortlessly.
Yeah.
And what if you anticipate people having amazing breakthroughs
during
the webinar?
Yeah. I love that.
What if you anticipate getting like I do my live masterclasses, my webinars, I do them live on Zoom. So what if I anticipate the most fun engaged chat room?
Yeah.
You know, people going off in the chat like, oh my God, I can anticipate the joy I can feel of being able to deliver those breakthroughs for people during my masterclass. That's fun.
Yeah.
And that's so much more fun than anticipating anxiety.
100%. So what are the benefits rather than it being more fun? Like if you can experience the voorpret and experience the anticipation of the fun, what does that bring you then?
You show up differently.
Right.
You show up differently, obviously. And you know, eventually we create what we perceive. So we create from our perception. So if you perceive you're going to feel anxious, you're going to get feeling anxious. If you perceive being your most from self, your most authentic self, and people responding to that in a positive way, that's what you that's what you get back.
And so that ultimately you have better results too.
Yes.
Yeah. So for the people with a global life listening, I can already come up with a few things where you might be anticipating the anxiety. Because when you move, initially you're excited, but then just before you move, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I giving up everything that I built so carefully here? Why am I saying goodbye to my family? But also when you actually live there, I know quite a few of my clients had their family coming over to stay, and it was a huge source of anxiety. Because what if they don't like it? What if they don't like the parents of their spouse? What if things go wrong? And this is also an area I think where you can anticipate more the fun
The
instead of the
fun.
anxiety. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating that that second example that creates anxiety. Whereas if you go, we experience the voorpret ourselves when going
Yes.
away.
Yeah.
Probably the people coming over, they're having voorpret. They're having before
Exactly.
fun.
But as the one hosting, you're the
But
one
the one hosting, they're
responsible.
having anxiety. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very true. And I can imagine like maybe less for the expat stuff per se, but like I have a lot of clients who are doing interviews for jobs right now or needing to give like a really big presentation at work in this foreign context. So that is putting pressure on them, which helps them perform too. But what if you can also have the voorpret here? I think that
Exactly.
increases your chances of success.
The presentation that we're sort of like doing right now, the presentation I created for my mastermind, it was around 30 people.
Hmm.
And I came up with, okay, what if I teach them two Dutch words? You know, how to amplify being their most authentic self during their next launch. That was my initial intuition telling me, let's do this. And then immediately the monkey mind came over it and said, no, 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 no. Everybody thinks that's too stupid.
Yeah.
That's too simple. Right. And then I decided to shut up.
Give them a
Don't
chair,
listen to
bye.
me. I created the slides. So in the mastermind I'm a part of, on Friday they announce who's being the presenters on Monday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And because of the time difference, I hear it on Saturday morning.
Wow.
So on Saturday morning, you hear if you're up on Monday evening. Yeah. So I heard that on Saturday, you're up. And this idea of the two words that was in my intuition, I hadn't created anything yet. And I was like, okay, I don't have any other topic. I'm going to do this. Create the slides. And then there was definitely anxiety.
Yeah.
Definitely. Also voorpret a little bit, but anxiety was at that moment bitter. So I wasn't
Yeah.
really practicing what I'm preaching right
Yeah.
now. Yet. Full transparency here.
Yeah, I like
I'm
it.
just as human as everybody else.
Yeah.
And then minutes before I had to go, I was like, oh, so
Yeah.
nervous. But the nervousness was not about me, but about like not being able to show my most authentic self during it, but about the topic.
Yeah.
Like, was the content of what I was about to convey, was that good enough?
Yeah.
Um, because there's so much respect for the crowd, you know, the
Yeah.
community that I was teaching. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. So that was the anxiety. And then I got such amazing response. So I was like, oh, okay. And then James, like our business mentor, he invited me to do it on stage on Next
Hmm.
Level Live. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Yes. Yes, I want to do this. And the funniest thing, because I felt confident about this topic, I had to send out the presentation to the team. And the 3 days prior to my being on stage, I already was there to mastermind myself. I was not worrying at all about
No.
my presentation. The morning of, it was all great. Like the first 2 minutes, I felt I was nervous, but there
Hmm.
was so much before fun in that moment. From the
Yeah.
moment I got invited until I got on stage, so much. I was like, this is going to be so much fun.
Yeah. And you
Um,
shined. You were shining on stage. Like it was really nice to see.
it was that's my firm self.
Yes, 100%. I can see that. Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very engaged, very interactive, very fun. I'm like, okay, let's do this. Yeah. So, and I believe every single person, every single human has their own authentic self. Because sometimes I get the yes, but you know, the people that want to object to my message saying yes, but I'm an
Hmm.
introvert.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert. I cannot, like, I'm obviously, or maybe people don't know that. Maybe people can see me. I'm an extrovert. Not always. I'm more of an ambivert, but
Yeah.
never mind. But it's easy. I don't think so. I think we've seen a talk on stage from a guy, Alex Paulos.
Yeah. I left
He's
the room at that time.
very, very introverted.
Hmm.
He delivers his talk very differently from how I do it,
Yes. Hmm.
but he's totally him.
Yeah.
He's a
Like being
little awkward.
Yeah, but being yourself is not related to being an ambivert or introvert or extrovert.
No.
Because if yourself is more the quiet part, then just be yourself also. But
Exactly.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's so if for example, if you get if when you ask people what's your like what's more unique and people tell you you're sometimes a bit awkward, lean into it.
Yes, yes, I
Lean
agree.
into it
And
because it makes
also
you you.
it makes you you and it gives others permission to be themselves too. This is really something that I learned last year. I was working with a voice coach, Tracy, who you've also met. And one of the lessons I learned myself there was the more I am myself, the safer it will feel for others to be themselves around me. So if you're quirky, if you're a bit awkward, if you're like an explosion of energy, just lean into that because it will give the others permission to be themselves too.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think we also learned that from our joint business coach because he's phenomenal in the area of building online businesses,
Mhm.
but then he's also freaking Star Wars adept.
Yes.
And he shares he's building his own Star Wars room. It's the most hilarious thing ever to me.
Yeah.
But it makes him him.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's yeah, I think if if the listeners right now, if they had to make a list of people they admire, experts, coaches, people they follow online, maybe. Who do you admire?
Hmm.
And then make a list, have a couple of names. And then the next question is, why do you admire them? Most of the time, authenticity shows up.
Hmm. Yeah.
They feel real.
Yeah.
Um, so we all crave that bit. And
Yeah.
you can sense it in the energy. You can sense when someone is
Yeah.
just bullshitting their way
Yeah.
or if they're being real.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And
I
I
love
think,
this.
yeah, we crave more real.
Yeah, and also like from my business point of view, like I definitely grew my coaching practice when I started to show up more as myself. I'm a very open person. Like I share a lot, but doing that like publicly on a podcast is different than, in
Yeah.
a smaller group session. And there were some times that I really thought, I'm not sure if I want to share this because it feels so vulnerable or it feels very unique to me, like who's gonna relate to this? And every time I did it, I got the most wonderful feedback from my listeners because they could really relate to it and they could really connect to me because I was allowing myself to be seen and showing up as my real self. And then they hired me as their coach, not just for my skills, but for in who I'm being. So for anyone who, has a business, it works in your favor. And if you are working a 9 to 5, it can also still really work in your favor
Yeah.
because people will respect you also for it in the
Yeah.
job. Yeah.
And then I want to add to this, there is a difference in being open and being authentic.
Yes, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it like being authentic doesn't mean you have to share everything that's going on in your
No.
life.
Yeah.
You can have very, very clear boundaries around this is what I'm getting into and this one, but it's within everything that you do, allow yourself to speak about in that bit, be the
Yeah.
most real version of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Good
Yeah.
distinction. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't, because some people think like, oh, now I have to share everything that's going on in my life.
No, no,
No,
no, you don't. You really don't.
you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. But in the bits you do share, be you.
Exactly. There's
Yeah, be real.
yeah,
Yeah.
because people often think I share everything because I'm very open on Instagram. I'm not. I hide a lot of parts of my life. But the parts that I do talk about, like I do show the real, like, okay, this is what I struggle with. This is what I don't like about myself. This is what I'm still afraid of.
Yeah.
This is my obstacle.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've shared a lot about because I've again I've moved so many times and lived in different continents.
Mhm.
So I feel sometimes that loneliness is a threat in my life.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like I'm turning 50 this year. I have no children. I am single.
Hmm.
And even though I have an amazing community around me, parts of it is also lonely, Like
Yeah.
I never know who I'm spending Christmas with.
Oh
I
gosh,
never
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the same boat. Yeah.
Yeah. being real about this, not in a victim type way, but just this is real for me.
Yeah.
Every year you have to have mental load, mental capacity around who am I spending Christmas, New
Yeah.
Year's,
Yeah.
summer vacations. It's never just, in Dutch we have a word from self-speaking, van zelfsprekend,
Yeah.
which means it's how do you say that? Like, but
I don't know. It's a natural thing
it's
or it's
obvious.
obvious. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like for a lot of people, it's obvious who they're spending Christmas
Yeah.
with. But it isn't for me. So it takes mental load to think about it,
Yes.
plan for it, and all this.
Oh, yes.
And it every year around like October, November, it sort of like hits me.
Yeah.
There's this wave of, oh, here we go again.
Oh, I'm so happy you bring this up because I've also spoken about this in the past because I have struggled with the same thing. And another Dutch word is leuren. I don't really know how to
Oh,
translate it, but I felt like I always had to like go around and sell myself like to celebrate Christmas with someone because I have no parents left. I was single. I am living abroad often. My friends are all over the world. No kids either. And so
yeah.
it
So
is
it
like,
takes mental load, and you have
yeah,
to like offer yourself
yeah,
to people. Like, oh, can I
because I
stay for
don't have
Christmas?
that obvious
No, it's not
place to
obvious.
go. Yeah, yeah. And you're so right. Every time I shared in my authenticity about that, like I got the most amazing response to that, like really deep messages from
Look what
other
just
people.
happened to us.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, allowing ourselves to be open, not from a victim place, but just
Hmm.
this is real for me.
Yeah, yeah,
And I don't need pity or anything. It's just part of life.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
And I'm
and
making space for that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And maybe some year it'll be different. Who knows?
Hmm.
No, you're in a relationship now.
I am. Yes.
Okay. I am. So
Yeah,
maybe for you coming Christmas it'll be different. Who knows?
yeah,
But right now that has been real for me for a couple of years.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that you bring this up because I know plenty of other people are going through that too. And yeah, this is a good example of this showing
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But then yeah, in connection with others, just be you. And that is so hard to grasp. Like be you, we hear that all the time. And I think the word from self, vanzelf, helps us. Like, okay, what is so natural to me that
Yeah.
I don't even see it?
Yeah.
And then just put a spotlight on it.
I love it. Okay.
Uh,
Jana, this was amazing. I'm not sure actually if you know, but I always ask one question at the end to all my guests. And you're good on the spot, you told me. So I'm just going to ask the question. What is your number one tip or life hack or something else that helps make life abroad easier or better?
be at the cause, not the effect of life.
Ooh.
So me
Explain, please. Yeah.
So, and it's funny enough, recently I had to relearn this for myself. You get to choose every single moment whether you're at the cause of something happening or at the effect of something happening. So, meaning when you step into a new environment, you get to be the cause of creating. You step into environment and curating that new environment. So, going out to common interest areas, like we just said, I would go to entrepreneurial meetups, or I would
Yeah.
find sport meetups, or I'd find whatever. Then you're at the cause. You're creating your new environment,
Hmm.
or you're at the effect. You just step in, and you're like, oh, okay, I don't know where to go. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe somebody will see me, and maybe somebody will ask me something, and maybe somebody. So you put the burden on the other,
Yeah.
and that's a choice. And I've done both. Let me be very clear.
Yeah.
Like recently, I came to this conclusion because in my private life, in my hometown, I felt like, I have amazing entrepreneurial friends all over the world.
Yeah.
Why is there nobody here in my
I
town?
hear you
And I'm
again.
like,
Yeah.
well, what did you do?
Yeah.
Did you actually? So you either be at the cause of the effects.
Yeah.
And the thing is, sometimes we feel like, how do you say it? Like, staying in the effect, like staying in the victim mode, sometimes just, like nice, you be in a couch with
Yeah.
the blanket, and I'm like, nobody likes me. And
Yeah.
then,
Been there
Uh,
too.
but that's not where life is.
No, so I feel this is about taking true ownership of your life,
Yes.
right? And sometimes it's okay to be more in this reactive mode. It's not always victim, it's more just things happening to you and you're responding to that, or more passive mode. Sometimes it's just it's okay.
There's a difference between reactive and receptive. So
Explain, please.
yeah, the receptive mode, that's what I think you're referring to. Yes, receptive mode where you're just allowing life to come to you.
Yeah,
However, the part that is your job is to put yourself in the right environment where a life can come to
yeah.
you. Again,
I
the
agree.
flower,
Yeah,
the flowers bloom. So if I just I have my own house here in the Netherlands. If I just choose every single weekend just to stay on my couch and doom scroll,
yeah.
that is not putting myself in a receptive mode.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. So be in a receptive mode is put yourself
So
in an environment where you can be.
the
Yeah.
the the, the what I was thinking of was like a couple of years ago, 6 years ago, I moved back from Brazil to the Netherlands. 3 weeks after that, my dad passed away. It was a pandemic. My heart got broken. A lot of bad shit happened in 3 months' time, and I was at my lowest point ever. And this was really the period for me that I'm very proactive and I make bold moves all the time, but this is really where I had to learn. I'm just allowing life to happen to me right now because I'm in no capacity to be in a true ownership of it right now.
Okay.
So I was one like sometimes this is why I said like sometimes I feel like it's okay to just be in that on the sidelines a little bit because this is
But then probably in that moment you also had different needs
yes.
and different desires maybe in that
Yeah,
specific moment. But if you're having the desire to find new friends or make new friends or make
I
new
agree.
connections, then you get to choose being at the cause
Yeah.
of the effect.
Yeah.
But when you were in a phase of life where shit was hitting the fan and all you wanted was sort of like rest for your nervous system,
Exactly. Yeah.
it's a different need, a different desire.
Yeah, and I think this is we're talking about the same thing, and I think it's very easy to give yourself a break, like, oh, you deserve some time on the couch or whatever. But if you have this need of like, okay, I want to make life work in this new place, you've got to be at the forefront of it, and you've got, like you said, you've got to
Yeah.
take it into your own hands again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like
And
that.
in regards to your phrase, you deserve time on the couch, you don't deserve it. You don't have to earn it. It's just, this is what your body needs right now.
That is a whole other conversation that
Yeah.
I'm sure my listeners would love to hear because I think many of us struggle with taking rest because we think we have to deserve it first. So, but
Rest
we
is not
don't.
a reward.
No, no.
Rest is, ask any top athlete.
Yes, exactly.
Rest is not a reward. Rest is part of the formula to be able to excel at a high level.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But you can't do it without.
Yeah, I love
So,
that.
and sometimes like when shit hits the fan and stuff happens, like you get hit with major life events, yeah, the nervous system needs
Yeah,
to chill out for a bit.
yeah,
That's not because you deserve it. It's just
yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
the
It's a
body
need.
needs
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I love this. Oh, Rianne, thank you so much. Is there anything, one final piece of wisdom or thing you want to share that you just want to highlight again, or are we good?
No, I would love for your listeners to give themselves full permission, just be who they were born to be,
Mm,
because that's what the world needs you,
yeah.
needs you to be full of you. And you only get one life. You only get one.
Yes. Yeah.
Like even if you believe in reincarnation, you'll come back as someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just, yeah, you got to do it here and now in this world. Don't wait. Like it took me about 45 years to figure this out. Don't wait that long.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you on that one. Okay, great. Rianne, thank you so much. I loved this talk today. I think we can talk about a lot more. I'm really looking forward to seeing you live again in August. And I will put your links and whatever in the show notes so that people can find you and follow you. And just thank you so much again.
Thank you. This was fun.